Developing the knight first can transpose into many good openings. Black develops the knight toward the center, just like white did. This advance controls an important center square. This prepares the bishop for development. Knight c3 develops the knight toward the center and controls. Bishop g7 puts the bishop on the long diagonal in a move called a solid central advance that gains influence. Castling gets the king out of the center of the board, developing the bishop and increasing influence in the center. This strikes at the center with a pawn, trying to gain space. This defends the attacked pawn. This is an equal trade. A clear recapture. This move steps the pawn out of danger and keeps material. With this push, white grabs central ground and opens lines for developing the knight and increasing influence in the center. Out comes the rook and into the battle. The best option was to send a queen into the game. The better move was to move a queen to safety. One more piece joins the action. This leads to losing a pawn. Sacrificing the knight was the right idea. This move puts the queen on a safer square. This will win a pawn by removing a key defender. A straightforward recapture. That pawn was free for the taking. This creates a strong formation that can lead to threats. This calmly removes the queen from an immediate threat. With this move, white is now ready to castle on the king side. Capturing while sacrificing the knight was the right idea. This wins time by threatening a rook and forcing it to move away. This forces the opponent to lose castling rights. This evades the check from the rook. Ignoring the threat on the queen, a difficult move to see. This leads to losing a rook. Right on target. This evades the check from the bishop. This is the only good move. This move steps the knight out of danger. This was the only move. This reveals a check. This steps away from the checking bishop. This calmly removes the knight from an immediate threat. This was the only move. This wins material through a discovered check. This evades the check from the bishop. With this move, the queen comes under sudden pressure. This move steps the queen out of danger and keeps material back. This defends the attacked bishop. One of the best moves. That was a free rook. This creates luft for the king, providing it an escape. After all captures, this is an equal trade. With this move, the knight comes under sudden pressure. That was a free pawn. This calmly removes the rook from an immediate threat. A strong choice. This is the strongest option. This blocks the check from an opposing queen. Recaptures from a previous move. This takes an outpost, a square where the bishop, white's knight, has moved to a square with greater activity and control. Right on target. The piece finds a new active square. This calmly removes the pawn from an immediate threat. A solid choice. A strong choice. Very strong play. This activates the king in the endgame by getting it off of the back rank. One of the best moves. This leads to a material winning pin. This allows the opponent to force eventual checkmate. With the right follow-up, this will lead to checkmate. This was the only move. This continues the checkmate threat. This was the only move. This continues down the road to check. This was the only move. This continues the checkmate threat. This was the only move. This continues down the road to checkmate. This was the only move. And the game is over.